interruption. All cheerleaders, please report to the gym at this time. All cheerleaders, please report to the gym at this time. Also, Tasha Browning, please report to the gym at this time.
list kind of like the major issues for each party. You have their philosophy, their economic ideas, the social and human ideas of each party. Okay, so it goes down and lists kind of the big viewpoints for each side. Okay, so this is kind of on the first and second page. As you flip through, it goes on and starts talking about like, the origins of the parties and the history and how they sort of developed. Okay, you have their differences in philosophy. And then if you look on through it about a couple pages in, it goes through certain issues, okay, and how each side views each issue. Okay, so you have military, for example. You have gun control laws, and then it tells this is how the Republican Party views gun control laws, and this is how the Democratic Party views these laws. Okay, so it goes pretty in-depth about each side. If you flip on through, you'll notice that there are some charts listed. Okay, we have tons of charts in here that I just want you guys to kind of look over. Okay, here it lists each state and how they are either a Republican state or a Democratic state. Okay, flipping on, you can see how it's broken down, how many years we've controlled the White House with one party and how many we've controlled it with the other party. And then the rest of the packet will be just different charts. So you have, it's broken down by race, it's broken down by gender. Okay, so you can flip through and look over those and kind of get an idea about each side. Okay, after you do this, you're going to receive one of these political party charts. Okay, in this, you have 6 major issues. Okay, gun control, immigration, death penalty, abortion, definition of marriage, and minimum wage. On one side you have the Democrats, on the other side you have the Republicans. Okay? What you're going to be doing, you're reading for that information. Okay? So you're going to have to use your article to pull out how they view each issue. Okay? And you're going to compare the two. So for gun control, you're going to flip to where it discusses gun control in the article. And you're going to say, okay, here's how the Democrats view gun control. They believe this. Here's how the Republicans view it. They believe this. Right? And you're going to fill it in. And you're going to go through and do it for both sides for each issue. Okay? I'm going to set the timer. I'll give you guys about 15 minutes to look through this and get this filled out. Okay? So like I said, you won't be probably not reading every single word throughout the article. There are a lot of pictures and charts that I just want you to kind of skim over. Okay? The part that you need to do is determining how they view each side. Okay? Our learning targets, or I can read informational text to find key points. Okay, so you're going to be doing that. But then you're also going to be able to differentiate between the Republican and Democratic parties. Okay? So that's what we're looking for. So I'll pass these out. You guys can write on the charts, but not on the articles. Okay?
interruption. All FFA members, please report to the gym at this time. All FFA members, please report to the gym at this time.
I'm not gone.
guys are gonna take about another minute to finish up. Okay. What I want you to do really quick is turn to a neighbor, somebody close to you. And you guys go through and make sure that you have each one written down correctly. Okay, so just double check yourselves. If there are one maybe you weren't sure about, make sure that you have the same. Take just about 1-2 minutes. I love my partners. So we know that they. Okay. Now that you guys have kind of looked over everything, what I want you to do is you have seen both sides for each party. You've seen their major viewpoints for big issues that are kind of relevant today, the more controversial issues. So what I want you to do is think about how you view these issues, okay? I know a lot of times when you turn 18, most of the time people will just go with whatever party that your parents were, or the party that your parents were affiliated with. You automatically kind of resonate with that. And there's not that there's anything wrong with that, but I just want you guys thinking about the options. Okay, now like I said, these are two of the major parties. There are other ones involved, okay? But looking at these issues that's on your chart, I want you guys to go through, and you have like a little bit of room under each issue, so under where it says gun control and immigration, and I want you to just real quick think, which side are you leaning more toward? Okay, so your viewpoints on gun control. Are they more Republican? Do you agree with them, or are they more Democratic? Okay, so you can put just a little R or a little D for Democrat right under each issue. Okay, and this isn't necessarily saying this is what you have to believe, or you are 100% one side. Maybe you're in the middle. Okay, maybe you're kind of stuck between the two. That's fine. Okay, you can put an N there for middle, or a centrist. There's a centrist that we're going to talk about here in a minute. But maybe you're stuck, you don't know for sure. Or maybe you're leaning more toward the Republican Party, but not fully there. Okay? And they could be different for each issue. I just want you to go through and say, hey, I kind of agree with this side, so I'm going to put that here. So you're going to list each one the way you feel yourself. Okay? So take just a few minutes and do that now. how you view these issues. And like I said, you don't have to fully commit to one or the other. Okay, I think everybody for the most part is finished. What we're going to do now, if you guys will have noticed, I'm sure, you have a yellow rope across the room. Okay? There are also 3 signs hanging up. Over here we have a sign that says Democrat. Over here we have one that says Republican. And in the back here there's one that says centrist. Okay? Centrist, we didn't read about it or anything like that. But basically means that they're in the center. Okay? So maybe you, on one of those issues where you were stuck. Okay? So here in a second, you guys are going to get up, and I'll call out the issues, and I want you guys to go to that spot. Okay? Now, if you are 100% Republican on this, you agree completely, then you're going to stand close to the wall. Okay? Now, just like you did on your papers, if you're in the middle, then you can get in the middle. And if you're on the Democrat side, you can get over there. However, if you are stuck between, you're not necessarily in the middle, you're more toward this side but not completely committed to it, then you can kind of stand in the middle of that. Okay? So there are about 5 places that you can kind of gather. If you're close to that side but not 100% on that issue, then just get close to it there. Okay? Now, basically what I'll need is everyone to stand up and scoot your chairs under. Maybe push that a little out of the way of the road. Just try to maneuver the best you can. Alright, so the first issue is gun control. Okay, go to the spot where you feel you are over gun control. This just kind of gives you a visual. Alright, so we are definitely broken apart. Does anyone from the Republican side want to share why you feel that way? Anybody? Okay, yeah.
It says in the Constitution we have the right to bear arms.
Okay, so in our Constitution, right?
It says it right there.
Okay, and you are wanting to withstand the Constitution, right? Okay, what about you guys? Yes.
Well, we should have the right to bear arms, but not use it. Like, should have more control
Okay.
over it.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. So we should have that, as it says in the Constitution, but we need stricter, I guess is what you guys are saying, right? Okay. Anybody else want to share? Alright, that's interesting to see. Very separate views. Okay, let's go to immigration.
So talking about your centrist is
You're stuck in the middle. Yep.
Uncle's Venezuelan.
Okay, so this is immigration. Where are you at? Alright, this is a little bit more diverse. Okay, anybody care to explain why? You have totally one side, a lot of middle. It's about even, I guess. Anybody from any side want to tell us why? Okay, yeah.
I'm for legal immigration.
Okay.
Like, if it's legally done, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
But if somebody just hops over the border for free
It's a different issue.
and gets the benefits from it,
Okay.
not
Okay. We have a lot more on the left side here. We're the Republican side. Some in the middle. Okay. Anybody care to tell why? Anybody? So we have some more that are spread out. Alright, we'll just keep going at this rate so we can get through. Abortion. Where do you stand?
You guys are for abortion?
No. I don't think y'all read the package, did you all?
Okay. So
You really gonna have to explain over there because.
Better have a good explanation.
Alright,
for
you're
that,
the
truly.
I believe abortion is okay if, like, the mother is going to die giving birth to.
Okay. So a justifiable reason. Okay. Anybody care to say your opinion on this side? Alright, we'll go quick.
Wrong, and it hurts the mother of the mother.
Yeah. Wait, what?
This is their speech. If it's just like switching over.
Yeah, if it's medical, I agree with you.
Alright, let's get a definition of marriage real quick.
Baby's breathing.
Definition of
Marriage.
That's abortion. Okay. Just want to put that out there.
Said, I don't care. If they want to be happy, let them be happy.
You're messed up in the head, man.
Okay. Brooke, you're on this side a lot. That's just fine. That's good. Okay. Interesting. Alright, and our last one is.
No, they gotta explain.
Alright.
I'm glad you explained.
Alright. Alright, let's hear it.
Okay, first of all, you don't have to be gay to support gay marriage. It's just, if they want to be happy, I mean, seriously, what do we have to take from them? I mean, if they don't want to support God and stuff, we're not, I support God, but I'm over here because that's their choice, not mine.
Okay.
It's just,
It
if
should
they
be
want to be happy,
individual.
yeah. If they want to be happy, that's what, they got their own say in that.
Okay. Yeah, Brooke.
I just think everybody should do what they want to do. If they believe in one thing, they should do it. No one should just put labels.
Okay. Alright, guys, anybody over here? What are we about on that?
I follow the Bible.
Okay. Okay.
Can I put in my input on this, or do I just have to sit in the back of the class? I think that abortion, I think that gay marriage, I think it's the same thing as drugs and alcohol. I think if you choose to do that and other people don't, I think that it's the same thing because, I mean, it's your right. Everybody has their own right to do whatever they want. I mean, if you want to go out and party on Sunday night, I mean, go party on Sunday night. But, I mean, if you want to be gay, be gay. I mean, that's just...
I love her. It's I
It's
think, like,
individual.
It's up to the person, right? We have no right to say
Yeah.
you can't do this.
Yeah, I think that's like fascism, like, because you're trying to determine another person's, you're trying to dictate their way, and I actually think that's right.
I love it. All right, our last one is going to be minimum wage. Okay, which side? Minimum wage.
Go back.
Alright, so we're more spread out on this one too.
Well, actually, I think Democrats would have that.
Okay, either side care to share really quick, or maybe you people in the middle.
9:47.
Alright, real quick.
I'm for raising the minimum wage,
Okay.
but I don't, like, I would rather have less money than have no money for having a business go bankrupt.
Okay. Okay. I see what you're saying. Anybody else? Okay, yeah.
I mean, McDonald's is a high school job, people, okay? You should not. I mean, you have people that go to college for 4 years, they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to college, and they're out here making the same pay as somebody working the drive-through window at McDonald's. This is not fair. This is ridiculous.
She has a point. She really does.
It is. And I think that's what the big issue with that is because when you look at it, someone who gets paid minimum wage, they can't survive on that basically throughout a year. Okay, but then when you look at it at that aspect of how if a minimum wage increases, then you would think every job across the board would need to increase as well. So I think that's where the hardest issue is.
People working at McDonald's are going to be the next Donald Trump if you're making $15 an hour.
Well, like, if it was to the 10, it wouldn't be that bad because just enough to where they can, like if they have a kid or something, they can support them.
Right. And I see both sides of this too. I'm more in the middle for this one. I wish we had longer to talk about these, so let's quietly go back to our seats.
Ms. Bogdan, you want me to turn this in?
I have too much of an opinion on everything. This is not healthy.
You make a good point.
Okay. I want you to hand in both papers, the one you filled out, and the packet, but we're going to do an exit slip as well. So let's get that out first. Yeah, do it. You can flip it over and put it on the back. For your exit slip, okay, we'll get all this together. I want you to list one major issue for the Republican side and one for the Democratic side that you read about. Okay?
That like you're against?
Yes, you can do that. So about one for each side, one for the Republican side and one for the Democratic side. Okay?
That's your against?
Yeah, you can do it the ones that you're against. You can do it for, just write on there. Okay? Major characteristics of it. One thing you learned about each party. You can do it that way. You can do it either way. You can do something with yeah, those of you that left, that had to leave, just take it, homework, and bring it back. Okay?
Republicans, Democrats, like abortion.
Miss Botkin, I'm just like,